Oh,
There's
you,
a lot
you
of
should.
talk in the market with branded residences about these high returns, anywhere between sort of 18 to 20%. Maybe you can go into a bit more detail to us and explain where these figures come from.
I don't know where they come from, Daniel. All I can say is that, investment needs to be done in a logical way, right? Globally, there is data to prove that branded residences get about 25% more capital appreciation or capital values over non-branded residences. And the graph of capital values and rental values always goes parallelly. If I ask you what is the average yield people will get out of an apartment in Dubai, give me a number.
Anywhere between 6 to 7%.
6 to 7%.
Yeah.
My answer to the branded residences would be 25% more than 6 to 7%. Say 30% more than 6 to 7%. That takes you to around 2% more.
Yeah.
So if you are in a market which is sitting at 6%, you can expect the branded resi to give you about 8%. If you're sitting in a market where normal unbranded residency can give you 10%, then you're probably looking at 13%. So it's a connection between what is prevalent in the market and what the market can achieve.
Yeah.
But I don't see how something will lead to a 20% yield. There'll be a mad gold rush for something like that, and that's just plain speculation.
So you're going back to just what you said there about the appreciation side. So you feel that the branded residence is not only will it give you a better ROI, but it will also give you a better appreciation?
Yes, of course. I mean, there is data to prove that. I think Savills data is there globally. I mean, we have W Residences, and Marriott does share data with us of their residences globally, right from South America to North America to parts of Asia and Europe. Wherever there is a branded resi, I'm talking right now just Marriott residences, different types of brands of Marriott residences. They have definitely outperformed a like-for-like product in the same market. And Savills data shows that globally it is about 25% capital appreciation. So the sense that I have is that a branded resi is able to attract a higher quality of customer or a customer with higher paying propensity when it comes to buying it. In the same way, it will attract a customer with a higher paying propensity who wants to use it or stay in it. And that's the rent coming.
Okay, interesting. So there's also in the market, there's a lot of noise about branded residences compared to sort of non-branded residences. Maybe you can sort of go into a bit more detail about that and help us understand why branded residences would be a better investment against a non-branded residence.
So I'm glad you asked, because I think globally there is a strange thing happening that anything and everything is being called branded residences. And I think you need to separate the kids from the boys from the men.
The kids from the boys and the men. I like that terminology.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
And from infants also. Let's include infants also. Right? So taking that analogy ahead, the infants are the residences with just a label. Okay. And nothing more. The brand gives you just the label. The next level is where the brand is involved somewhat in the design. So labeled plus designed with the help of the brand. Those are the kids. And then comes the next level where, apart from these two, the third level of services also coming from the brand or managed by the brand. Those are the boys, right? Those are the next level.
So when you see it, is that like a franchise level?
No, franchise is in a way, everything is franchised.
Okay.
Up until the point where the brand says, "I'm going to manage it." So
Okay.
that's a different discussion.
Okay.
I'll
All
go
right.
to.
We'll come to that in a minute.
But now come the men.
Okay.
After all this
Yeah.
metamorphosis has happened,
Yeah.
the real butterfly or the real man is where not only is it labeled,
Yeah.
but it is designed with the help of the brand. The services are coming from the brand, and there is a hotel on site to give you that next
Okay.
uber luxury level of a brand experience.
So that was a question that I was actually going to go on to and ask you actually was, as we see, there is a lot of branded residences coming to the market at the moment, but they don't have that association of a hotel being part of it. So maybe you can sort of just go into a bit deeper and help us understand the value of a branded residence in having that hotel component alongside the residence itself.
Yeah, I think that's the central point, Daniel, that people should think about when they are chasing a brand.
Yeah.
Okay. Because branded residences are the next level of real estate. People buy everything branded, right? The jacket that you're wearing, the watch, the shoes, everything is branded. There's only one big purchase in your life that is unbranded, and that is your house, right? How can that be? You've chosen to go in the great university.
Yeah.
It's a brand. You've chosen to live in a great city.
Yeah.
This is a brand. Everything is a brand. But your house is not a brand. How is that possible? I think that anomaly is changing itself. Now, because it is happening so fast, people are not realizing that you need to understand what the brand brings onto the table. People who are at the top tier of consumption, they don't just want great steel and marble houses. They also want a great chef to cook when they are throwing a party.
Yeah.
Or a wonderful barman to come and do things for them when they are wanting drinks to be mixed for them. Or even the security apparatus should be great. The horticulture team should do a great job with the poolside and everything. Everything has it's like everything is curated.
Okay.
And it is kept in a tip-top shape. So what happens in such products? Real estate, which starts stagnating and declining because of depreciation, can be offset in a branded resi with a hotel. Why? Because have you ever seen a hotel which declines? Hotels don't decline. They just appreciate in value. But houses decline. Why? Because houses are not maintained well. They are not kept in tip-top shape. But residences are. If branded residences, branded residences are. Because they are mimicking what a hotel is doing. Right? And that is why the value would keep on appreciating. So the test is when you see globally the names, globally the real branded residences are the ones which are the flag bearers of this product.
Yeah.
And they are doing phenomenally well, both in capital appreciation and in rental yields. So everything is tied to how you operate it, how well you maintain it, the quality and level of services, which builds in the aspiration level, which then brings in the fact that people are willing to pay a bit more every time, and even resales happen powerfully for high quality branded residences. We have W residences in the same premise as W hotel.
Yeah.
Now imagine what all opportunities are there for the customer to enjoy. The customer can go to one of the many pools which are there, all maintained by the hotel. Right? When they are walking, it's seamless, whether they are walking on the hotel side or whether they are walking on the resi side. It's all seamless. So you are getting the oomph and the advantage of being in a hotel premise while you have your own real estate registered under your own name.
So this would be if I put myself in an investor's shoes here, and I have a choice between a a hospitality branded residence, let's say for the W like example, and maybe another branded residences which hasn't got that sort of hospitality, that hasn't got that hospitality side to it, or the hospitality brand to it, should I say? That would be good for an investor because they obviously are based overseas. They are not going to be able to be here to manage their investment themselves. So what you provide with the W is you really provide that sort of peace of mind, knowing that the client asset is being managed by the W themselves.
Absolutely.
It is being maintained to a certain level because it has to be as per their guidelines or their sort of contractual obligation that the developer has with the brand.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Marriott International is a huge company, and they have perfected the art of doing this.
Yeah.
For 100 years in hotels and 25 years in residences.
Yeah.
They are, I think their market capitalization should be about 90 billion US dollars. So it's a big company, great credentials, strong brands, solid SOPs. They will run the show. We are giving the whole hotel and the residences to Marriott to manage. That brings the peace of mind for the consumer, for the buyer. And the buyer also knows that if they choose to opt to get into the rental program, then it is again being managed by the leading hotel and residences operator of the world. So they don't have to think about, this vacation rental, this short-term vacation rental company was not as good as the last one. And these guys have completely ruined my sofa. And I now need to put money back into my apartment because it looks like just an apartment in Berlin just after World War II. I mean, so
it's a good impression.
Thank you.
So I think let's go in a bit deeper about this, because I think there is a sort of a lot of questions in the market about how, or when you buy into a branded residence, how that sort of rental program is structured. Now I know that, going back to sort of hospitality brand to sort of normal brand, it only takes, if you have a short-term rental company in there operating it based out of here in the UAE, their exposure is very minimal. As you mentioned, with the brand, their exposure is worldwide, but it only really takes maybe 2 or 3 bad reviews from someone that's staying in the non-branded to really, for their occupancy level to drop off, their room rate to go down. So having a brand, a hospitality brand is, as you said, really important. But maybe you could just sort of go into a little bit deeper how that sort of rental program operates, because I know that when I've spoken to people about the W, that was a question that's always been answered, and I think you could answer that question the best of anyone I know.
Well, I'll try, but every hotel management company has its own program. Okay. So the program may differ from one to the other, and I'm not a spokesperson for Marriott International. but I'll talk about what we are doing and how that is going to play out. But just before going there, when you decide a short-term rental company, let's say you have an apartment and I have an apartment in the same complex. Let's say you have done it up slightly better than me. And we both have 2 different short-term rental companies. So in a way, our products are a little different from each other. And you decide to expect a $500 dirham per night kind of a pricing, while I'm very happy with 400. When we both enter the market through all the OTAs and all of that, the customer may not be able to appreciate what you have, and the intrinsic product is supposed to be the same, and therefore I may be the reason why your rates are not reaching 500 and you end up getting, let's say, 450 or 420 or whatever. This is the discomfort or the disadvantage of having staggered management. Staggered management with staggered ownership.
Okay.
In W residences, what we are giving you is staggered management or scattered ownership,
Yeah.
but unified management. So W decides that, okay, we are going to charge 2,000 dirhams a night for all of these rooms of one category. And let's say 3,000 for all of these rooms of another category. That's it. You as a customer then will choose either of the two categories, but the price variation between the categories will happen only when the hotel management company wants to do that.
Yeah.
So the realization for the investor is much better because there is a system governing how the entire program is run. So that is on the front end of it. On the back end of it, when I say it's a no hassle ownership, it truly means that. So what happens is you get a percentage of the revenue which comes to you. When you remove all the expenses that have to be incurred by you, you end up with a return, which we discussed a little while before. The thing to understand is that in a normal apartment where you do a short-term rental, let's say a non-branded one, you are pretty much running a house. You're renting a home or an apartment. So your expenses are that of a home or an apartment, which is why people get 80% of the revenue, let's say, because the expenses aren't that much. But you are getting more of less. Try and understand. You're getting more of less. In the branded residences category, you are practically running, this place is being sold like a hotel. So it will have expenses of a hotel. And therefore, your revenue share percentage will look lesser, significantly lesser. But you are getting much more from less.
Okay.
So that's the distinction between the two. Let's change tracks.
Let's change tracks and go into Ras Al Khaimah, particularly Al Marjan Island. We know that the W is situated on Al Marjan Island. It is up there with the best of the best when it comes to the brand that you have on board and the developer behind it. But let's go into Al Marjan. So what's your view in terms of the sort of supply meet demand in Al Marjan Island at the moment?
Look, Ras Al Khaimah is a very successful tourism destination. People may not know, and a lot of people think that it's a destination which is currently being created. Not so. It's been there for many years, and Al Marjan Island has about, I think, 7 or 8 operating hotels, 5-star hotels, and all of that. Around that, there are a lot of rooms as well. Overall, Ras Al Khaimah market has about 7,000 rooms. Okay, and they historically have operated at about 70 to 75% occupancy, at about 700 dirham rate. So it's a busy market, and it has always done well, purely because it has very nice beaches. It has the only set of mountains that UAE offers. It has got mountains. You'll need to wear a jacket, a good one at that, if you want to go to Jebel Jais, for example. People may not know. Your international audiences may not know. So it's a good, strong tourism destination and has been very good with chartered flights, families coming to stay for 7 days, 7 nights, 8 nights. They come routinely over here. But everything is going to change with Wynn coming in. And just for the record, in December, Wynn announced that they have topped off the building.
I saw that. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And
That's an achievement.
And they are recruiting people on a monthly basis. and they are expected to open in Q1 of 2027. So we are about 12 to 14 months away from that potential opening, right? Now, we have data. I think a lot of consulting firms have done a lot of work, and there is data available online which will tell you that on a conservative basis they expect 5 million tourists to come to Ras Al Khaimah. It does 1.5 million currently.
Yeah.
It's supposed to go to 5 million.
It's a big jump.
Yeah, and on a optimistic case, it can go up to 8 million, right? The destination has 7,000 rooms, is expected to double up to about 14,000 rooms. The demand is expected to be of about 20,000 rooms.
Wow.
That means on a nightly basis, there'll be a shortage of 7,000 rooms.
Do you not think that is a little bit far-fetched with them figures?
Look, let's look at the gaming destinations globally, okay? And how much tourism comes over there. These are public data.
Yeah.
I'm not making it up as we go. Las Vegas has about 41 million people.
Yes. True.
Who come on an annual basis. Macau, 38 million people, right? Singapore, I think, is about 18 million.
I think Singapore's more. 38.
No. Singapore's 18. I'm positive.
All right. Okay.
Now, where are we with Al Marjan or Ras Al Khaimah? We are at 1.5 million. Where is Dubai? Dubai is at 20 million. Can Ras Al Khaimah expect that anybody who comes to Dubai, maybe 10-20% of them will come to Ras Al Khaimah?
Yeah.
It's very logical. It's an extension of what they do. Just like when they come to Dubai, they go to Abu Dhabi at least to go to Ferrari World and a couple of more attractions.
Yeah.
They will come to Ras Al Khaimah. But day trippers aside, I'm saying the stairs, even with that as a number, we are saying it's only going to be 5 to 8 million. 5 million, statistically, 5 million is done by Macau every 1.5 months. So does it still look far-fetched to you?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
That I think if, going back to what you said, with comparing to the other countries like Macau, I suppose Macau is purely based on casinos. I think, Vegas is very much the same. Marina Bay Sands, Singapore, which is predominantly Marina Bay Sands, I think only has 2 there. I think there is only one casino in this part of the world.
Which is good.
Which is a massive plus point.
Right.
And what a lot of other people say to me is what will happen if Dubai and Abu Dhabi open up casinos?
Look, we don't know. This is...
Can I say something here, which is good, which is also a good thing. Maybe you can sort of say it. So if you look in terms of who funded the casino, it's $5.1 billion. 60% was funded by the Wind organisers themselves. The other 40% was funded by
40% by Wind, 60% by
46 by 60 by Wind. So where did that finance come for the funding of the Wind? Well, you've got RAC. You've got RAC Bank, you've got Emirates MBD, you've got Abu Dhabi Commercial, you've got ADIB. Why would other Emirates, after their investment within the Wind, jeopardize their investment by opening up other casinos when they've invested heavily with the Wind themselves?
Totally. And look, you've answered your own self. Look, even if they decide that Dubai needs, UAE needs a couple of more casinos and a couple of more gaming destinations, one, they will do it in a sensible fashion.
Yeah.
They will have to look at traffic movements, and they have to look at suitable accommodation space, availability of land, attractive land, which means seaside land, and so on and so forth. They will also look at doing it in a way where it doesn't jeopardize their existing investment. And lastly, it still cannot be made in a day.
No.
It will take its own years of planning, designing, and construction, which means you have a good run of, as far as I can see, you have a good run of 7 to 10 years.
Yeah.
And in that, the first set of investors involved in Marjan should be very happy with what they get. I think people over speculate when they start looking at, you see, you have first order effects and you have second order effects. You can look at first order effects, you can look at second order effects. You cannot look at 10th order effect.
Yeah.
You don't know what will that 10th order be. It's not visible to anybody. It's just plain speculation in the form of chess.
Okay. That's
Right? You can just make one of your horse move ahead or knight move ahead, and I've just seen it and I react. That's first order effect. Okay.
yeah.
But now you have already pre-thought that once you use your knight, I'm going to use my bishop, and then you use your pawn, and that's your. So you're already thinking the second order effect of what I'm thinking, right? So that's second order effect. Your 10th order effect is you've pretty much checkmated me, thinking this is how exactly this game will be played. Now, it's very difficult to do on a board of chess. It's impossible to do it in real life.
If you had 1 minute on the clock, okay, and you had to give me your unique selling points on the W residences on our Marjan Island, how would you do that? Or what would you see? What are the unique selling points with that?
Okay. So I would say that there are 5 critical points which are my project, W Residences Al Marjan, the USPs. One, it is a beachfront residence. Number 2, it is branded. When I say branded, properly branded, W branded. Number 3, it faces wind, which is what is so important. It's not in the back lanes and it faces
First
the
row,
wind.
not second row.
First row,
on the
sir.
water.
Right there, right? Fourth, it is serviced by a hotel on site, which takes the quality to another level. And lastly, these are exclusive. These are only 200 residences. Unlike many other projects which may have double or triple this inventory per project. So we are offering to you everything of these 5 elements. To my understanding, Daniel, not even one project other than us in Al Marjan Island qualifies with these 5 parameters. So these are my famous 5.
They're the famous 5, as they say. It's usually the famous 4 if we're going on a movie, but we'll take the famous 5 today. Maybe you can just sort of dive in a bit more and tell us what is actually going to be within the hotel itself in terms of amenities, restaurants, and obviously you have a fantastic location as well.
So I'll start with the location first.
Yeah.
So we have a 24,000 square meter plot. It's a very large plot.
It's big, yeah.
The beach length in front of us is 130 meters.
Wow.
So I have a 130 meter long beach frontage, which is very important. The width of the beach at this point where we are is 90 meters. So it's a deep, sandy beach as well. So I would like you to envision rows after rows of beach decks and families enjoying, playing. We are on that side of the island, which is safe from open ocean and choppy waters. So it's very placid. The water is very placid. So families and swimmers are going to enjoy it.
It's swimmable all year round.
Absolutely. You will not get the advantage of surfing, but everything else you will get an advantage of. That much I promise. And it overlooks Wynn at an angle. It overlooks Wynn. And from outside, if you're a customer, you will not be able to tell which side is the hotel and which side is the restaurant. Residences. They are both a part of a singular building from outside. From inside, of course, there is a boundary between the two. There is a wall between the two, but guests can freely move in a couple of zones within the complex and the premise. Your other question about amenities. So we have category leading amenities, And Daniel, again, when people say amenities, they add everything under the sun. When I say amenity, I really mean quality amenities which cost the developer expensive and super expensive GFA. I am not talking about throwing in a trampoline over there, but I'm talking about making a great lounge for the residents, a great restaurant for the residents, multiple pools, including an exclusive pool for the residences, their gym.
I think you've got an adult pool there as well, haven't you?
The adult pool comes into the hotel zone,
Okay.
but again, residents will have
They can
access
access
to.
it. I think
To
that
all
was
of that.
a common question that a lot of us, can people staying in the residences access the amenities in the hotel?
Yes, absolutely.
That's always a common question.
For us, they are our esteemed guests. For us, they are firstly buyers who are putting their hard-earned investment into us, into our project. But later on, they not only become investors, but they also wear the hat of being hotel customers.
Yeah.
And I come from a country where they say Atithi Devo Bhava, which means the guest is God. So we we for us it's very important that they are treated well. They are given all the levels of services for which they signed up, and they enjoy their stay. And the W factor and the W energy should also rub onto them. It should not be a dead zone, and I assure you, it won't be a dead zone. Coming back to amenities, on the rooftop of the hotel, there'll be a high energy restaurant and bar. We are most probably going to outsource it to a leading name. You'll hear about that sometime later. We have another specialty restaurant. We have an all-day diner, which is a huge all-day diner. We have category leading banqueting and events facilities. I told you about the 6 pools. There are multiple.
Beach bar there. I think you've got pool bars.
Yeah, we have got a beach bar.
You've got a swim up pool.
There's a kids zone inside and outside. So
Wow.
So
you're catering from really all, whether you're a family or you're a sort of singleton or you're couples.
Totally.
You cater for them all.
Totally. I mean, there are things that W does, and W is the only fun luxury brand that I know. Every other fun brand is in the mid-scale space, right? W is the only one which has been able to say, I'm not cheap, but I'm fun, right? And that's very interesting combination, because of which it attracts its own followers, right? And those followers bring in a certain set of energy. Where else will you find a DJ in a lobby or a DJ playing near the pool? And all that is very much there. In this W, in this.
So it's in the it's in there. If you break it down and look at the sort of segments within the Marriott, it's very much up there in the luxury.
It's right up there. If you go onto Marriott.com website and go onto their brands and check out the brands, you will see that there are 5 brands which are in the top tier luxury category, and W is one of those 5. So, the others being St. Regis and Edition, etc., etc.
Tell me the perks you get for buying especially the W brand or the Marriott brand. You become a member.
You become a Bonvoy Platinum member.
Okay.
Which opens up a lot of opportunities and discounts and I think membership benefits to people. Avid travelers will jump at it because it's an automatically you get elevated to a platinum level, which is their highest level. So, you really have to burn a lot of money otherwise in hotel stays to get to that level. So you automatically move into that level. And of course, recognition by the hotel company for their global hotels and residences comes naturally. There's a whole set of program, but then I'll look like a Marriott spokesperson, so I'll leave it there.
So just coming back to the brokers themselves, do you feel that the brokers are lacking sort of knowledge of our Marjan Island and knowledge of really what a branded residence?
No,
is it
not knowledge, but
understanding?
Lacking an understanding of what impact it's about to create, or
okay. So
concept of Marjan and when and
okay. So Do you think that the brokers in the market are lacking knowledge of really what an integrated resort, or what impact, sorry, the integrated resort has on our Marjan Island? Really not on our margin, really, but for the whole of the UAE.
Oh, 100%. I think not just our broker community. I think it's generally not very well understood. A lot of people do not know enough about Ras Al Khaimah and the upcoming Al Marjan Island angles.
Yeah.
Put it this way, Daniel. $6 billion is being invested into a very small, a singular island. That's win. Just that win is $6 billion. And then the other parts of Al Marjan Island, where developers like us are developing other projects, is another set of investments. Most of them are luxury projects. Most of them. So this is a new gold city in the making. If you are in real estate business and you do not know about this market, I'm sorry, you are sitting in a cave, or you've just crawled out of a.
You're missing an opportunity.
Absolutely,
missing an
the opportunity you're already missing.
Yeah.
Because 14 months from now they are going to open Win. I think 6 months from now the whole world will sing about it. There'll be a marketing bonanza that is naturally expected from a product which has invested 6 billion in the making, will invest a couple of hundreds of millions in marketing. Clearly, right?
Yeah.
So what will happen? Globally, everybody will sit up and take notice. Where is this rack? Where is this Al Marjan Island? And guess what? You do not know about it. Whose loss is it? It's yours. Totally yours. The trouble is that people only want to walk on a beaten path, right?
Yes.
So they will keep cribbing and crying about intense competition in markets like Dubai, but they don't want to know much more or work much more to understand about a new market, a relatively new market like Al Marjan, just because it's a little more inconvenient for them. That doesn't work. Today you have to understand where is the next set of growth vector coming from, and that growth vector is sitting out of that market. I'm not saying Dubai is not growing. Dubai will always be a great market. But what I'm trying to say is Al Marjan is a great opportunity, and everything is now like a crescendo working towards creating that market hype and making it a world product, right? Already, we are selling our W units. I see interest in almost from all nationalities. I mean, it's because everybody, whether it is Chinese or whether it is Americans, whether it is even Europeans, they have seen what integrated resorts like these have done in their markets in the past. Land prices have shot up. By the way, land prices in Al Marjan Island have shot up 900% since 2021. That's when we purchased, and we know that it's 900% growth in land. However, the real estate is yet to take off in that fashion. Already, Al Marjan Island will give you the opportunity to sell expensive products. And when I say expensive, more expensive than downtown Dubai. But there is a reason for it. There is see Dubai and Al Marjan as a mature company and a startup. The startup will give you that hockey curve, hockey curve to go up.
Yeah.
While the mature company will always be there for steady cash flows, etc., etc. But to my mind, opportunities like Al Marjan don't get made so easily. Every other market which has developed an integrated resort with gaming has taken about 20 years in the making. It has happened in 5 years over here.
Yeah.
And that's the value.
So what you're saying really now, if you're a real estate broker, this opportunity is only going to be around probably for the next 1+ possibly 2 years
No,
at the most.
I mean-
in on our Marjan Island.
On the first sale, yes, because Al Marjan Island is running out of stock. So you
Yeah.
have now the newer zones within Al Marjan, just outside Al Marjan.
But Al Marjan Island really is the, if it's really the sort of main. How can you say it's the main?
It's the front row, sir.
Yeah,
It's the front row, and it's an island.
Exactly. You're on the front row, and you're in the VIP. You're at the front. You've got that direct view of the wind. Anything other than anything else than Al Marjan Island really
It's a supporting cast.
is a
right?
supporting cast or a second row.
Totally,
You
totally.
wouldn't say it like that.
Yeah, and also,
Yeah.
I mean, it's the magic word is island, right? It's an island. You cannot just add more land to it.
Yeah.
So the value lies in the limited inventory and the limited value, limited land that is available over there. So,
Saurabh, you're a hotelier by trade, and you've been in the game a long time. I know you have. So, how do you visualize? Well, we know that that tourism is tourism's big. Do you want to wait for this? Tourism big here in the UAE, but how do you visualize it?
I think the ruling elite of this country has designed in their mind a tourism itinerary for the global consumer or the global traveler. By giving various experiences to that person, which are just an hour away from each other, but which are absolutely different from each other. So, if you were to think of Dubai as a proxy for New York, you get
Shopping,
big city,
skyscrapers, bling bling.
bling bling, glittery,
Yeah,
money
true.
is here, etc.,
True,
etc.
true.
So Dubai is your
Yeah.
New York. Boston, which has a lot of history and culture and this and that, that's your Abu Dhabi.
Okay, so a bit more conservative. Maybe you're sort of maybe family orientated.
Totally.
Audience?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
you're right.
Okay.
And then you have to go to all the way to Las Vegas, right? And that's your
Yeah.
Ras Al Khaimah.
That's a good.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, if you were to do that in the United States of America, you would just be taking planes after planes after planes.
True.
And it'll be you'll traverse toward 3 or 4 time zones as well.
Yeah.
Here, you're sitting in a car, and in 1 hour, you move from one spot to an absolutely different spot, absolutely different vibe, and absolutely different set of experiences.
Yeah.
And all along, imagine all the places offer you beaches like Miami does. So it's a very strong tourism destination in the making. It is already very strong, but I think in the times to come, it'll be stronger.
Yeah.
Please also let's try and understand what's happening globally. Globally, a lot of countries in Europe are saying no to consumers, no to tourism because their tourism infrastructure is creaking. They can't handle it, right? It's difficult to now get Schengen visa in a lot of, and there's a lot of
European
backlash.
countries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tourism backlash. America is also, we all know what's happening to the USA, and tourism is down in America. Big countries like China and India are happy doing their own tourism in their own backyard. Where is there therefore a vacuum? I think there is a vacuum. Thailand has been benefiting from it, but that is low cost tourism, and the high cost tourism is all looking at the Middle East, and within the Middle East, the UAE. So that's my vision for the UAE. I think it's a remarkable destination, and it'll only go strength to strength from over here.